Christo's pregame coaches report brought to you as always by Christo's Restaurant, located next to the McCann Golf Course in Poughkeepsie. Christo's is your home for fine dining and catering. Marist Red Foxes getting ready to take on the Grambling State Lady Tigers this afternoon at the Bramlage Coliseum in the campus of Kansas State University. I'm Geoff, Brault, joined by Marist head coach Brian Giorgis. Coach, team had a valiant effort on opening day yesterday, falling 64-50 to the St. John's Red Storm. Team ranked 14th in the country. Even though you weren't able to come away with the victory, team did some very positive things in the opener.
I thought we did. I thought we got some nice contributions from a lot of people. You know, it's unfortunate, you know, we got good looks. We just didn't make shots. We took care of the ball very well against their pressure. You know, we went to the offensive glass. I think we got more offensive rebounds than any game we got last year. And, you know, we did some nice things and worked hard. We just couldn't get the ball to fall, especially from three.
The rebounding numbers overall look a little ugly from yesterday's game, but a lot of that's the byproduct of Marist only shooting 29%. I just want to touch on rebounding in general this season. You know, with Rachel Fitz gone, everybody looks at what she meant as a scorer, all the records she owns in that category, where you also lost the program's leading rebounder. Tell me about how you think your team will perform on the glass this year, how important it is to find somebody to provide those rebounds that Rachel leaves behind.
Well, I think it's extremely important. We've emphasized that in practice, and we still have a very long way to go. Yesterday, I mean, you know, they had a number of offensive rebounds. We only lost the offensive rebounding battle by one, but they had a few that really hurt us that ended up, you know, they had 18 second chance points, and we had 11, you know, and that basically was a difference. So we have to do a better job on the glass and find somebody that will go in there and rebound it. We need it collectively from everybody, from the guards as well as the front line.
I want to talk about one guard in particular. Not a lot of rebounding expected from the point guard position, but Elise Karam ran the point yesterday for 30 minutes. She earned the starting job with a strong preseason. Tell me why you decided to go with Elise starting at the point yesterday.
Well, you know, Elise just really had the best preseason out of anybody. And the thing is, this year she finally got it. That, you know, her job is to be able to get the ball to people and then take shots, you know, when they're presented to you. Her decision making was excellent, and we've always known that she's been the best, probably the best defensive player on our team. So that, you know, and talk to Christine, it's not anything that you've done. She has stepped up her offensive game and to go along with her defense, you know. But it's nice to have a two-headed point guard like we have. Something
we didn't get to talk about yesterday is other players that may have stepped up this preseason. Who else performed well in camp getting ready for this year?
Well, our freshmen have performed well. And yesterday they had some bright moments. You know, they came in and gave us some positive things, and now we need to have that go consistently each time they step out. Leanne Atkin came in and hit a three right off the bat when we were down 9-2, which we needed. Casey Dillon came in late, hit a bucket. Same thing with Emma O'Connor. You know, I thought Kate and Brandy did probably the best job defensively inside on there too, especially Brandy on their All-American. But, you know, when Shayna Stevens stepped out and hit the three, it was kind of like the dagger, you know, because they're traditionally not a good perimeter shooting team, and they shot it very well yesterday. We said if we were going to lose, that's when we were going to lose, and that's how we did.
One player that's kind of a wild card this year seems to be Kelsey Vanen. Didn't get to play a lot as a freshman last year, but with her size, she can definitely create some matchup problems. She's got some skills that you don't often see at the MAC level. How do you see her fitting into the puzzle this year?
Well, we talked about that yesterday, and we actually talked about it with her. You know, we put her in a real tough situation where your first minutes are in the second half, and today we're going to go with her a little early to see what she can do. You know, Kelsey can do a lot of good things. You know, her big thing, at least lately, has been the turnover bug. And, you know, my bugaboo with turnovers, you know, those are things that just can't happen. And, you know, but we're going to give her a go early today and see what she can do and see what she can bring, and maybe even some minutes at the 4 spot.
It did seem like yesterday against St. John's, a big point of emphasis for you and your staff was mixing and matching the lineups, trying different combinations, seeing what works. How important is it for you and your staff to get that look at your team in these early season non-conference games?
Well, that's what we're going to do. And one of the things we have to do and take a look at sometimes is when we're going up against quicker teams like a Grambling today, like a St. John's yesterday. You know, sometimes, you know, we have some more bigger, powerful or yet slower kids, and that kind of hurt us yesterday. And maybe against these type of teams where they're very quick, you know, we'll go with quicker lineups, at least with bigs up front, and maybe that will earn Kelsey more time at the 4 as well as at the 3, with her length. So, we'll see what it does and see what it gets us.
You mentioned the speed of the Lady Tigers there. What else do they do?
Well, they just get after you for 40 minutes. I mean, we thought St. Johnson's pressured a lot. These guys just is more of a reckless type of pressure. Their thing is if they're hitting shots, I mean, they're going to be tough for us to defend. We just hope that we can stay in front of them and force them to take perimeter shots and hope that they shoot the percentage they shot yesterday against K-State. But they get the most out of their ability. They're not the most gifted team, but they really get after you. And she substitutes and waves, so, we have to be ready for that.
A less than 24-hour turnaround for this game this afternoon. It's probably always difficult to do that. It's a MAC tournament type scenario, but does it compound things knowing that you're playing a team that's going to run up and down the floor and that's going to try and play fast? It
kind of does, and it makes you really focus on what you do and the things that we need to do for tomorrow's game. And again, it's like a MAC game in one way or a MAC tournament game because you're playing back-to-back, but at least in those games you've already played them twice and it's your third time. This time you're playing somebody that you've never played before.
It's not a MAC game, but it's an important one to put in the W column. Marist getting ready to take on Grambling, joined by Coach Giorgis. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Geoff.
We've got more to come after this. The starting lineups are coming your way next. Stay tuned. You're listening to Marist Women's Basketball on GoRedFoxes.com.